Hello everyone, it's Unsung, your friendly neighborhood NPC, here with Pathfinder Kingmaker once again. We're going to be looking at classes, specifically in this video, the Arcanist class. Arcanist, Arcanist, however you want to pronounce it, as long as you don't pronounce it Arcanist. Well, actually, Arcanist sounds right too. However you want to pronounce it, it's here. So that's what we're taking a look at. This class, I should preface this, is a modded character class. Okay, this is not in Pathfinder Kingmaker or Enhanced Edition or Deluxe Edition or anything like that. This is from a mod called Call of the Wild on the Nexus. It is created by Holic92. You should check out their stuff because they have a few mods that I personally use in my Pathfinder games, and they are fantastic. They add lots of stuff without taking away anything that you love in the base game itself. So one of those classes here is Arcanist, Arcanist, Arcanist. So the Arcanist is a wizard, sorcerer type character, depending, and they're an arcane magic user that has exploits. Okay, and so exploits get to do various different things to your spells here. And to use these exploits, you have an arcane reservoir, which is points based on your, I think it says 3 plus your Arcanist level is the max you can have at any given time. So that's your arcane reservoir, and then eventually you get access to greater exploits. And then you can also consume your spells. You can consume your spell slots as a move action, and you can use that ability a number of times per day equal to your charisma modifier to be able to gain more reservoir points. So this is an intelligence-focused character with a little bit of charisma added in. It's like when a cleric needs charisma for her channel energy, an Arcanist needs it so they can consume spells, so they can eat magic. But they are an intelligence-based caster, okay? So they use intelligence, they have cantrips, they have spells. But the way an Arcanist works is... Okay, so it says in here, right? You prepare your spells ahead of time, but when you use a spell, you're not expending the spell itself in that specific slot. You're just expending spell slots. So you prepare spells for each spell level, and then you have a number of slots for each spell level, and that's how it works. But they don't like, you don't like using, if I use True Strike and then use Mage Armor, I've used 2 of my first level spell slots, but I can still use those spells. Okay, so it's kind of like mixing a prepared and a spontaneous caster into one, which is really cool. So this is what the basic Arcanist looks like. It's pretty standard: consume spell, get exploits, have reservoir points, and then magical supremacy here at the end, where you can cast any spell. Okay, so you can convert your arcane reservoir into spells. So you can, instead of consume, it's like opposite of consume spell, right? So now we're going to take a look at the subclasses available, because some of these are insane. First we have School Savant, which is making your Arcanist more of a wizard. So you get a school focus or a sub-school focus. You can pick sub-schools if you want a specific one. You get the powers associated with those schools, and you get 2 opposition schools. And you sacrifice a few exploits, 1, 2, 3 exploits, but you get school powers, so that's the trade-off there. The Blood Arcanist is where you get a sorcerer bloodline in exchange for 1, 2, 3, 4 of these exploits, and magical supremacy also goes away. But bloodlines, as we know, have so many powers. So we'll probably take a look at some of those if you're new, just in case you're new watching this. The Unlettered Arcanist is cool. It's a witch Arcanist. So instead of the Wizard Sorcerer spell list, you take from the Witch spell list, and you gain a familiar. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. It's just focusing on those Witch spells, which are great single target debuffing spells, by the way, instead of Wizard or Sorcerer spells. The Occultist is the Summoning Arcanist. Summon monsters from the outer planes. Alright, so you sacrifice literally just 2 X points to gain Conjure, Focus, Summon Monster all the way, and then eventually Perfect Summoner. An Occultist can use her Conjure's Focus without spending points from her Arcane Reservoir, and the creature summoned lasts 1 day or until dismissed. That's insane! You lose Magical Supremacy, but I mean, if you're a summoner, this is Magical Supremacy right here. So the way Conjure's Focus is, you can spend 1 point from your Arcane Reservoir to cast Summon Monster. So you'll just be doing that for the various Summon Monsters as you go. And that is just craziness. But still, all the other stuff is pretty much the same. Magambian Initiate. I think I'm pronouncing that right, Magambian. They have to be good. Alright, it's a specific college that you follow. You have to be good alignment. You sacrifice quite a few exploits, but not your Magical Supremacy. And then you gain the ability each level. So at each class level, you get to pick a spell from either the Druid spell list or a good spell from the Cleric spell list. And you can use the spell, must be of a spell level you can cast, cannot be a spell you already appear on your spell list, and you can cast that spell as if it were on your spell list by expending a number of points from your Arcane Reservoir equal to half the spell level. So you're getting, man, what is that? 20 extra spells? 20 extra spells from Druid and good Cleric spell lists, which is crazy. That's like, I mean, it's a less efficient Mystic Theurge is what it sounds like to me. So that's pretty incredible. But you do give up quite a few exploits, but I guess you're putting your points into using these spells instead of the exploits themselves. Once again, you have to be good alignment. Next, and this is the crazy one. If you're someone who likes to make ray attack spellcasters, oh, this one is for you. The Spell Specialist. You give up a lot of exploits, but there's a very good reason why, okay? You gain the signature spell. You gain a new signature spell every time you get access to the next level of spells. So, like, after 3rd level, every other spell level, or every other character level, you gain a new signature spell. Think of all the ray attacks. It's just insane. It's insane. So, I mean, yeah, you're gaining signature spell, like, 9 times. You get 9 signature spells without having to take that, power or feat or whatever. You just get 9 of them right there. And you still have 6 exploits and Magical Supremacy. And then these are, if you spend a point from your Arcane Reservoir, you can apply the selective meta magic feat. So if you want to do AoE spells instead of ray attacks, then you can make them selective. So shooting fireballs and stuff without hitting any of your people and having it be a signature spell, increasing the DC by 2. Or no, DC by 1. Sorry. That's bonkers to me. Bonkers, guys. Bonkers. Let's go ahead and take a look at... I want to see what some of these exploits are. I'll show you guys what's what. What you're seeing here is Favorite Class, another mod by Holic92. Fantastic one. You get to pick these different bonuses each level up that you take in your favorite class, and they can vary by race, which is cool. So once again, we're focusing on intelligence, but a charisma bonus is nice so we can eat that magic. And then depending on what you want to be, dex, con, however you want to work it. Skills, I'm not really focusing on these because I'm not showing you guys a build here. I'm just showing you what these classes can do. So, we'll take Precise Shot, sure. Traits also come from the mods that I have. I will have the list of the mods that I use down in my description. But these are really fun little background things. Okay, we'll just take combat casting. Okay, exploits. We're going to see all the exploits. So here are the ones you can start with. A lot of them have to do with like schools and stuff. But there's Acid Jet. So you can unleash a jet of acid. Arcane Barrier. So a barrier of magic that protects you from harm. The barrier grants Arcanists a number of temporary hit points equal to your level plus your charisma mod. And lasts for a minute per level. Or until the temporary hit points are lost. Okay. Bond Object. Arcane Bond. Great one if you want your spells back. Spell slot back. Dimensional Slide. Which is cool. It's kind of like Dimensional Steps. Just like a mini dimensional door. Energy Shield. So having energy resistance 10 on any type of energy. Gaining a familiar. Feral Shifting. So you can gain a bite attack. Flame Arc, so you create a 30-foot line of flame, which is pretty cool. Force Strike, so it's an automatic hit. It's kind of like one magic missile, which is cool. Holy Water Jet, so it's like Acid Jet, but it's a Holy Water Jet in 30-foot line. So that'd be great against undead. Ice Missile. Lightning Lance. These are all the same except like different elements, right? Metamagic Knowledge. So you can choose a Metamagic feat as a bonus feat. Metamixing. Okay. Spend 1 point to cast a spell with one spontaneously applied Metamagic feat without affecting the casting time. Ooh, okay. So that's cool. Quick Study. Arcanist can prepare anew all spells of the specified level in place of the existing ones. Okay, so just preparing all of your spells. School Understanding. 1 Arcane School. Okay, so you can use your point to bolster your understanding allowed to gain these school abilities for a time. Shift Caster. Cast a spell while under the... Okay, so if you're under the effects of Polymorph, then you can cast spells by expending a point while polymorphed. Sonic Blast. Spell Resistance. Gets you spell resistance. Swift Consume. Consuming your spells. Eating magic faster. Wooden Flesh. Good one. Natural Armor DR bonus, which is cool. And now these are the greater ones, right? Arcane Weapon. Burning Flame. Okay. Dancing Electricity. Kind of like Burning Flame, but electric. Energy Absorption. Can absorb a portion of that energy. Okay, so using the Energy Shield exploit, you can absorb it. Greater Metamagic Knowledge. Greater Spell Resistance. Icy Tomb. Okay. The target is entangled. Takes 1 point of dexterity damage at the start of each of its turns. Nice. And then Lingering Acid. Like a better Acid Jet. Better Flame Arc. Better Lightning Lance. Okay. So that's what you got going on there. Right? Yeah, some of these are greater exploits. And then Arcane Weapon just has to be level 5. Okay. I think there's some better ones that you can already take than some of these greater ones, but to each their own. So I can see why some of the other subclasses might be better, just because the exploits are kind of meh to me, but if you like them, do it. For those of you that don't know, I want to show the Bloodlines here. So you've got Abyssal, right? Arcane, celestial, the dragons that all do different elemental damages, the elemental ones. What does this grant you? Elemental movement? Okay. Fae, devil, serpent, and undead. Alright, they all gain different powers. You'll probably be able to see more of what those powers can do in the sorcerer video. And then I kind of want to see what these spells are. Okay. So yeah, the druid and good cleric spells. There's a lot of entangle, cure wounds, aspect of the falcon, magic fame, produce flame, shillelagh. And you have to be good. So that's cool. Yeah. So this is the Arcanist. Kind of like be a spell cheater of your selection. Do you want to be a spell cheating wizard, spell cheating sorcerer, spell cheating witch, spell cheating summoner, spell cheating druid? What kind of spell cheater do you want to be? They're fun. They're versatile. I think there's a lot of different ways you could have fun with them and build them. So that is the Arcanist. I hope this video was helpful to any of you newcomers or any of you veteran players who might be thinking about getting the mod, maybe, because it's awesome. You know, everyone wants to be a cheater, spell cheater. We love them. So, totally go for it if it's your thing. If you really want the traditional Pathfinder Kingmaker experience, you can do that too. There's no shame in that at all. No harm. I personally, even though I knew about the mod, my first playthrough was just Pathfinder Kingmaker without the mods. So I totally understand. But I do think the mods are fun, so check them out. Keep an eye out for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous coming up around the corner. It's gonna be sweet. And once again, the links for the mods that I use in my game will be in the description below. But other than that, happy to help you guys out. This is UnsungNPC. This has been a great class video. I will catch you guys at the next one.